Morning, everybody, or evening or afternoon, wherever you are. It is Monday, and I don't usually go live on Monday because I'm usually pretty exhausted, which I am. Mondays are tough when... Mondays are tough when, you work at a church, so Sunday's the big day, but we also had like a youth conference Saturday, but this is not about that. This is about something that's come up a lot over the last 2 years talking with artists. Came up a lot with me and my coach. Came up a lot with my new clients, and I figured I'd let you guys in on some. So happens is when I'm coaching artists about creating content and things, and when my coach was trying to get me to understand things like that, and I'm consulting with some nonprofits, and everybody has the same kind of a thing. Who would want to see that when we're thinking about content ideas and when we're thinking about even stuff like going live or creating videos or creating great posts? Who would want to see that? I'm not that interesting. And it's like, that's the perfect place to be in. I honestly think that that's way better than thinking that you are God's gift to the planet. So the great part about that view of I'm not that interesting is that you're not a narcissist, so that's great. That's a great place to start. It's really hard to build a career on narcissism that lasts for a while. You can build a quick one. I just come back to my example. Like, I don't go live like this because I find myself interesting. I hear my own voice all the time. I hear it when I'm on stages. I hear it when I'm coaching people. Weirdly hear myself talk in my head. Like when I think it's my voice that I hear my voice all the time. I don't need to hear my voice. I don't need to hear my ideas again. But here's what happens. There's a community out there who is actually interested in hearing what I have to say. Like when I say things that are trying to help them. So everything I do, I'm trying to help artists grow their fan communities so that they can have a thriving career. So like I have some things to say that add value to that relationship. It costs me nothing. It just adds value to the relationship and builds trust and helps artists get unstuck because they've got something important to say. It's the same exact thing. If you run a business, if you run a small business, if you run a nonprofit, if you are an artist, if you run a band, if you manage a band, I know I'm friends with some band managers now. It's not about creating content that we necessarily think is interesting because we're not the audience. Like, it's not about creating content and creating art that other musicians think is interesting. It's about creating stuff for our fans. And so, I don't have it doesn't even matter how big the audience is, right? But there are a couple hundred of you that follow my page for stuff like this, that, we met around music, and there's a group of 100 or so artists in a Facebook group that a friend of mine and I started that are interested in ideas like this so that they can help get unstuck. So when you're thinking about content, it's not necessarily about you. So if you don't find yourself interesting, I think that's a great place to start. It's not where you need to stay because your fans, your ideal listeners, they think you are interesting. They think what you have to say is valuable to them. And so ultimately we just need to give them that. It's not catering to them because it's not trying to convince anybody that they should swap sides. These are people who are already set up to love what you have to say. And so don't hold back. Give the people what they want. They want relationship with you. They want to know you. Give it to them. And so that's my little nugget for today. I'm certainly not interesting. Do not think I'm interesting. I've never thought I was that interesting. We are not that interesting to ourselves. We are interesting to our audience. And that's the important thing to keep in mind. So hope that helps your Monday. Hope you have an awesome week. Reach out if you got questions. I'm always glad to help. So, or if you're interested in that Facebook group, I've got a Facebook group with a bunch of artists where we talk about fan communities and creating great content for them and kind of building that stuff from the ground up. So hit me up if you want to join that, drop a comment or something like that. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully later this week. We'll see if we can get to this week. All right, see ya.